Michael Cassidy plays blunt, smooth ladies' man Tyler on TBS's Men at Work, and he's joining us today to give us the scoop on the show's upcoming second season. Hey, Michael.
Hey, man.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So when we were talking about you coming on the show, everyone was excited, but then they got really excited when we were talking about you on the OC.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that must have changed things for you a lot.
Yeah, that was definitely a good first TV gig to get.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Was it overwhelming when you first
It
started?
was completely overwhelming. I never thought I would ever be on TV when I became an actor. It never occurred to me. And to be on that show at that time, I was on at the beginning of the second season. The show had been a huge hit in the first season, and it was completely overwhelming.
It just changed everything, right, overnight?
It did, yeah. I mean, there were certain things about what I do that are the same, but the circles that I was working in changed immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the OC, is there going to be a little bit of an OC reunion on Men at Work?
That's right. That's a great segue, man.
There you go. This is my job, Mike. This is what I do.
Yeah, there's Ben McKenzie, who played Ryan on the OC, is coming in to do a super funny guest star in an episode.
That's gonna be fun.
And also Bethany Joy Lenz from One Tree Hill is in that episode as well. And the three of us sort of...
So you're all interacting there.
Yeah, exactly. We all have stuff together. It was super fun to work with him again. I hadn't worked with him, you know, for 8 years or whatever since my last episode of the show.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
It feels so good.
Well, I think a lot of the reason why you have so many good guest stars is because your cast is so great. You have Danny Masterson, excuse me, from that 70s show.
Yeah.
Adam Bush from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And James LaSure, he was on Las Vegas.
Yes.
So, but you guys are really just friends, not only on the show, but outside the show, too. You all go get a drink after the show's done.
Yeah, we hang out a lot. James and I have a heated tennis rivalry that takes place at least once a week at a court anywhere in LA of his choosing. Yeah,
Who normally comes out on top?
Me, more recently, him in the beginning. Yeah, but you heard it here first. I am owning him.
Maybe we could have a little competition here on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it in.
Yeah, we could just bring it right onto the table.
Yeah, and so last year you did the first season. Yeah. And then TBS saw that it was doing so well and almost instantly picked up a second season. Yeah. And you didn't really even have a break in between the first and second season.
Way it worked out, like these second season shows that are going to start airing here next week on April 4th, we ended up shooting like 6 weeks after we finished season 1, just because we wanted to keep the creative team that we had going for season 1 together. And so we've been down for a while and are now doing the publicity and stuff like that. And it was awesome. TBS was super supportive, like you said, and it's been like a piece of cake, really fun.
It's a really funny show. I went to a taping of it. And
yeah,
it was
you did.
I was really surprised with how much I laughed.
Yeah,
I mean, no
good.
offense.
Yeah, no, you were expecting it to be sad.
You expected it to be... But I was coming out of there really laughing, and everyone around me was laughing too. It was really fun.
We have a good time.
And this is kind of your first time doing comedy like this on TV, right?
Yeah, this is. I did like an NBC pilot the year before this show, and I did a ton of comedy theater, so it wasn't a hard shift for me. But my career turning this way is a relatively new thing.
When I was watching the show last night, I wrote down some lines that I loved.
Okay.
Tyler, your character.
Great.
One of my favorites was "Sit on my toilet, you son of a bitch."
There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
He's very sweet. That toilet was impressive.
Thank you.
And then this other quote I love: "The trick to pulling off a vest is not looking like a lesbian blackjack dealer." That's a good one.
Yeah, I can't claim any of those.
Yeah.
The "sit on my toilet, you son of a bitch" line, I had to do like 18 times because I thought it was so funny. I could not get it out. Yeah, I could not get it out.
That toilet was really cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it did everything. It had lights and music.
I got that script and I went to Danny and I said, "Does this really happen?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, this happens."
It does. It goes down.
Yeah.
Well, your character is really a bachelor on the show.
Yeah.
You ever going to see him settle down? Are we ever going to see him with a girlfriend?
Yeah, the second season we do a tiny
really?
little bit of Tyler commitment.
Maybe he's learning to grow up?
Yeah, maybe he's growing up. I hope not. I like being not grown up, but he grows up a little bit in the show this year.
All right, that's good to say. That's good. Not too much, though, because then it won't be so fun.
No, exactly, right. Boys are funnier than men, right?
Okay, and now real quick, before we wrap it up here, tell us this story, the little story about you. You were part of Argo, winner for Best Picture.
A very, very small
Oscar
part
winner.
of Argo, yes.
Small part, that's all right, don't be shy. You were in the Best Picture.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a crazy day when you went to go film that.
Yeah, it was
what else happened?
Well, we shot the pilot and we finished on like a Tuesday night at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and at about midnight that night, they called me from Argo and said, "You're doing your part tomorrow. Your call is 5 a.m."
Stop it.
Yeah, so we finished at 2. We stood around and shook hands and high-fived after the pilot at 3 a.m. and then I showed up on set and they were like, you know, the hair and the period costumes and I was in the White House 3 hours later.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope you should have played the lottery that day.
Yeah.
You know, you should have got a lottery ticket because that was your lucky day, man. A lot happened.
That was it. Well, you know, I missed it.
You missed it. It's all right. But I'm sure TBS is doing just fine.
That's right. I'm okay.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Mike. It was great having you on the show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, season 2 of Men at Work premieres next Thursday at 10/9 Central on TBS.